Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is June 9th, 2024, and Alejandro Balde is in his final stages of recovery. Also, Marc Casado has clarified his future plans, and so has Felix. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag, and if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links for kit bag and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, I begin this video with good news. Since we started yesterday's video with good news, with the Barca Athletic good news, we will start this video also with good news because I like to be the bearer of good news. And the good news is that the Barcelona handball team are officially European champions. Now, this is the third out of the last four competitions that the Barcelona handball have won. So they have won 3 European Champions Cup, 3 out of the last 4 European Champions Cup, for a total of 12 European Championships in the history of the FC Barcelona handball team. And that's an absolute amazing accomplishment. So congratulations to the Barcelona handball team for their amazing achievement, which is just happened, a week or two right after the women's football team won their Champions League. So pretty good time for Barcelona. Maybe not for the first team, but definitely for the other ones, which highlights an important point that we should definitely be proud of our club. You know, we always talk about the first team, the first football team. We always talk about them. We always like, oh, our club sucks, we're not doing well. But we forget that Barcelona still had many other teams, including the handball, the hockey, the basketball, the women's team, the indoor football team. We have many other teams who are very, very successful, with many of these teams being some of the best in the world, especially the women's team, who are undoubtedly the best in the world, who have absolutely no one to match them, maybe Lyon. But besides that, we have some pretty incredible team here at Institution, and we seem to forget that because we only focus on the men's football team. Now, in fact, I did come across a pretty cool statistic, and that's that FC Barcelona has 48 European championships across all of their teams. It's the club with the most European championships in all of Europe. So pretty incredible feat, a pretty incredible stat that many people seem to ignore, but I think we shouldn't. I think we should be very, very proud of our club, because our men's football team is not the only team there. We have many other teams who are pretty incredible, who are constantly achieving amazing things, but we seem to forget about it, or the media seems to ignore it. Maybe because it's Barcelona, I don't know. Maybe if it was Real Madrid's handball team that just won 3 European championships out of the last 4, maybe it would make more news. I don't know. But I think we should be very, very proud of our club. Now, speaking of the handball European Championship final that was held today, guess who was there? No other than Hansi Flick, that flew all the way to Germany to support the handball team with Jan Laporta, which I think it's pretty amazing, because it just shows that Hansi Flick is already integrating himself into the club, and he's not only just there to support the football team, but he's also there to lend his support to the other teams, which encompass FC Barcelona. Now, more good news, because like I said, I do like to be the bearer of good news, but this good news is that Alejandro Balde is currently in his final stages of recovery. Now, we know that Alejandro Balde suffered a pretty horrific injury this past season that ended his season early. He, in fact, had to undergo surgery, which usually takes many months to recover from. But it's being reported now that Alejandro Balde is in his final stages of recovery, which means that he will be ready to participate in the preseason, which of course also means that he will be ready for when the season officially kicks off. Now, that's definitely great news, because I think We missed Alejandro Balde on that left flank, and now that he is recovered, he will be ready to impress Hansi Flick, because it's reported that Flick is counting on Alejandro Balde as part of his project. Seems that the German coach has received excellent feedback from Balde, and he is ready to replicate with Balde what he did with Alphonso Davies, where he used Alphonso Davies as a wingback, and Hansi Flick thinks that Alejandro Balde has the same profile or the same qualities, where Flick believes that he can turn Balde into the next Alphonso Davies and use him in the same position as a left wingback. Now, more good news. I guess this video has lots of good news, which makes me happy, because I know as of late I've been the bearer of a lot of bad news, but more good news because Marc Casado has confirmed his future plans. Now, as we know, Marc Casado's contract expires at the end of this month on June 30th. Of course, Barcelona do have the option to extend that contract unilaterally by one more season, but Barcelona didn't want to do that. They wanted to reach an agreement with the player to extend his contract. And for a while, it seemed that Marc Casado was not going to be renewing his contract, because he seems like he didn't really see that he might get any minutes on the first team, especially under Xavi Hernandez. But then things did change, and reports started to emerge that Marc Casado had began negotiations with the club, and that he was willing to extend his contract with Barcelona. And well, now this is confirmed by Marc Casado himself. This is no longer reports or leaks, etc. This is Marc Casado confirming this news himself. He confirmed this yesterday after Barca Athletic won their semi-final against Ibiza 5-3 or 7-4 on aggregate, which I did report about in yesterday's video. And after the match, Marc Casado was doing the post-match interview, and he was asked about his renewal. And this is what the Barca Athletic coach had to say. Now, Marc Casado said, "Both the club and I are on the same line. We are just talking about 4 things that are not important. We believe that the best thing for me and what both parties want is to continue wearing this shirt for a long time. I now hope that is the case." So Marc Casado confirming that he's on the same page as Barcelona, that both parties want to continue the relationship together. So it's expected that Casado will be extending his contract with the club pretty soon. I imagine it's after the final, because, you know, Barca Athletic, now that they won a semi-final, they're going to move on onto the final. And if they do win that, they get promoted to second division. So I'm guessing this is not going to get finalized until after the final, because most likely Marc Casado right now is fully focused on that match. But definitely good news, which begs the question: do we really need to go and spend a lot of money on bringing another midfielder like Kimmich or even Mikel Merino? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. So let me know down below. Now we will end this video with more statements, because now João Felix has also clarified his future plans. Now we know that João Felix's contract expires at the end of his loan expires at the end of this month on June 30th, where he is set to go back to Atletico Madrid. Of course, Atletico Madrid are not counting on the Portuguese player. El Cholo Simeone does not like João Felix, and you know, his future is kind of up in the air, where Joan Laporta has said recently that he would like to keep João Felix and João Cancelo, but we don't know exactly what Hansi Flick will do with him. Of course, we have heard that if the club insists on keeping João Felix, that Flick would be okay with that, but that João Felix is not really a priority for Hansi Flick. But today, in an interview, João Felix confirmed his desire to stay in Barcelona. Now, this is what João Felix had to say: "I'm on loan. It doesn't depend on me. My plan is clear. I love Barcelona and I want to stay. It depends on several factors. So let's see what's gonna happen." So João Felix confirming, you know, that he loves Barcelona. He wants to stay in Barcelona, but of course it's not up to him. He's on loan. We'll have to see whether Atletico Madrid will wanna, you know, loan out the player again. It's reported that they're more willing now. At the beginning, they only wanted to transfer him on a permanent basis. But since there are no clubs that want João Felix besides Barcelona, and Barcelona cannot afford a permanent transfer, they're saying Atletico Madrid will be more amenable to another loan season. We'll have to see what happens. Of course, I imagine Hansi Flick will want to see João Felix in the preseason. I personally don't think he should continue. You know, a player that's supposed to be, you know, this next best thing, who has become the sub of a sub, because let's not forget, João Felix was playing on the left wing. Then came Rafinha, took his spot, so João became sub of Rafinha. But then Fermin Lopez took Rafinha's spot. So Joao became the sub of Rafinha, who's the sub of Fermin. So Joao is the sub of a sub. And for a player that earns that much money, the player who's a diva, a player who's supposed to be the next best thing, to be the sub of a sub, I don't know about that. But again, I am curious to hear what you guys have to say. So let me know down below. But anyways, that is all the news for this video. I will be uploading another video shortly after this one. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, peace, Barca.